We're going to dive in with this topic because everyone's still talking about Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck, Bennifer, as they were known as. Both newly single, and reportedly they are hanging out. They were spotted together outside of her Los Angeles home on Friday. Is this officially the return of Bennifer? Mel?
I think maybe some people want that to be the return of Bennifer. I do not want it to be the return of Bennifer. And in fact, my not so professional opinion is it is not the return of Bennifer. And there are so many reasons why. I think we can all maybe remember back in the day when you'd break up and you needed a soft place to land. What better place to go than maybe an ex-flame? It's familiar, it's warm, it's cozy, you don't have to explain yourself, you can commiserate, but I don't think it's gonna go beyond that because the best predictor of future behavior is past behavior. J.Lo doesn't go backwards. But what J.Lo does do is she knows how to drive the public and media eye exactly to the message that she wants you to get. She just finished a huge performance this past weekend. She posted about it. This is for the Global Citizen Vax Live fundraiser. And she posted this, and I was like, dang, girl, this is a comeback photo. And what she also did during the performance was she performed that song, I Ain't Your Mama. She originally released that when she was breaking up with Casper. Remember that guy? When she's like, I ain't your mama? Okay, not so subliminal message. And I feel like she's driving media eyes to say the same thing to A-Rod. And yes, Bennifer, guess what? He was actually, Bennifer, Ben Affleck was actually at this fundraiser as well. And I think it was nice for her to, run with an old homie. But do I think they're going to stick together? J.Lo is only going up from here. She's not going backwards.
I don't know. I mean, who's to say, right? You're right, Mel, in her pattern, she hasn't gone backwards. That said, this is the first time she and Ben Affleck have been single at the same time, and there are always comparisons to J.Lo and Elizabeth Taylor, and Elizabeth Taylor went backwards to Richard Burton. So maybe Ben Affleck is her Richard Burton. I don't know. There are, it's just so fun, though, to see the media attention and the timing on this, and J.Lo being an experienced celebrity, knowing exactly what people are talking about. Don't think she doesn't know, and I wonder if she might even be fueling it a little bit. Those paparazzi photos that were taken of her and Ben Affleck in the same vehicle in and around her place, she had the window rolled all the way down. I'm sorry, but the whole point of SUVs and celebrities and tinted windows is to make sure they don't know you're in there. Why are you rolling your window down, girl? Also, you mentioned the Vax Live event, the Global Citizen event, Mel. Ben actually took the stage right after her. They performed back to back. They performed, or they were there around the same time, so you could say, oh, maybe they were hitching a ride together, showing up and leaving at the same time. How convenient for the scheduling. Here's another thing. J.Lo just broke up with a Yankee. The song that she sang at Vax Live, one of them, was Sweet Caroline. Perhaps the song most associated with Fenway Park and the Boston Red Sox. Guess who's from Boston? Guess who's a major Red Sox fan? I mean, this is the kind of stuff I love because it fuels gossip. You got me talking, J.Lo. I don't care what you're doing, but this is good. Keep it up.
I'm with you, Melissa. I don't think it's going to be I don't think they're going to be long-term again together. They broke up for a reason. Might not work out again this time. Is this a jab to A-Rod? Some people are asking. He's obviously going through it. I don't know if you remember the video from a week or two ago that he took in his own home, taking video of old photos of them, and this man had Coldplay's Fix You playing in the background. He's obviously not okay. Is it an intentional jab? I don't think so. I think she's just living her life. And I think that Alex Rodriguez, they know they're a Hollywood couple. They know how Hollywood works. Lainey, you think that this might all be for show. And I think I'm with you. It might be. Is it hurting A-Rod? Yes, maybe. But I don't think it's intentionally doing that.
Oh, I think she is.
Yeah, I think it's pretty intentional. I think she's pretty calculated. I don't know. I never understood these two to begin with, and I mean, there's that shot that's floating around the internet. You can Google it now of Ben Affleck getting out of the car with his like rickety backpack, and you can just imagine that wherever J.Lo shows up, she's got her like Louis Vuitton, like whatever emblazoned stuff, and like just the two of them. Like, what did they talk about? I can't imagine the conversations that they have. I don't think that they really are coming from the same place at all. But mind you, I once dated a guy, and I mean, I feel like you guys would not think I would do that. I dated a guy who was a jock. He was really into hockey, knew a lot about hockey, liked to talk about hockey. He was into the band Tool. And somehow, I mean, we didn't need to talk. There were other things that worked. So maybe in this case, Mel, to go back to your point, it's just, it's like old familiar. You don't want to hook up with a newbie who doesn't know your body. This person might, like, there's things that obviously do work in this. The only thing that makes me a little bit sad is that, you know, like, there was a whole, like, her kids are now, like, it's a different level. Like, they're going to see this in the, you know, tabloids about the fact that she's hooking up with somebody else, and it makes me a tiny, tiny bit sad. That's all.
Okay, can I just jump on that last point? Because I think a lot of people are saying the same thing. Like, what about her kids? Well, I don't know. Are people saying the same thing about A-Rod's kids? Like, oh, A-Rod, what about your kids? Okay, fine, if she broke up with him. But I do think that this is an empowering move for her daughter especially, because if the rumors are true that she decided to leave because he was still stepping out on DMs and thinking he could date other women, which, you know, that is his past behavior, that is his pattern, no one's going to show up and make J.Lo look like a fool. That I can tell you. And so this could be a way for J.Lo to take back the narrative and say to her daughter, if a guy treats you this way, you keep your chin up, you keep going. And I feel like that's an empowering message here. I don't think that that's a bad thing for her daughter, because J.Lo does all this to, like, look her best, be her best. She's top of her game all the time. And then you think she's going to let an A-Rod come in and make her look like a fool with some actress?
Bad choices, too. Some of the she has to wear. We could see this coming a mile away. How come she couldn't?
Yeah, but she never wears it. Like, you know, there are many celebrities, especially female celebrities, and even Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck wore his Gigli, J.Lo shame, if you want to call it, for a long time. It didn't stick to her. That's what's amazing about it. She's Teflon. Like, you know, people might joke about her getting engaged and married so many times, but it has never held her back. That's what's extraordinary about J.Lo, is that romance and this kind of gossip and this kind of tabloid coverage has never been a barrier for her the way it is for other celebrities. So to Mel's point, she's going to do J.Lo. And listen, I am here to watch. The theater of J.Lo is a good show. Keep it up.
Keep it
At the end of the day,
yeah,
she can do whatever she wants.
I'm with you there, 1,000%. Let's